Hello, okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be Sharon Needles. Now, for those of you who don't know who Sharon Needles is, well, one, where have you been? I mean, yeah, Sharon Needles is amazing. And two, basically, Sharon Needles is a drag queen that was made famous by RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4. Just this amazingly avant-garde drag queen that takes things to the extreme, and that he does like this amazing gothic and horror themed, like classic horror themed makeups. And yeah, I mean, he very rarely does a look that doesn't involve blood from what I've seen, apart from this particular look. And this particular look is one of many looks that Sharon Needles has done. This is just one of my more favourite looks that I've seen, more like high fashion editorial type makeup. And yeah, I thought it'd be fun to recreate. He's definitely going to be one of my most favourite drag queens of all time, always, just brilliant. And as always, this look has been requested so many times in the past, so I'll quickly flash on the screen now the first few people that requested it. Obviously I can't shout out everyone's name or this video would go on forever, but here are the first few people. And the very first person that requested that I do this look specifically was, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong so I apologise, Sariana Quesnel. Yeah, I'll pop your name there, so thank you so much. Thank you everyone that requested it, but you were the first person. Yes, so there's not much else to say about this look really. I do love doing RuPaul's Drag Race girls. I mean, if you guys want to see me do more, I'll do some more, just let me know in the comments below. I've already done Nina Flowers. I'll pop a link somewhere around here, so I've done Nina Flowers makeup as well. Yeah, so if you'd like to learn how to recreate this makeup, stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is block out both my eyebrows, like cover them as much as I possibly can, because I'm not going to be drawing eyebrows on, I'm just going to be hiding that entire area. So I'll pop a link here to the tutorial that I've done in the past to teach you guys how to do that, just to make this tutorial a little bit shorter. So yeah, I'm going to block them out and get back to you. So there we go, and after I did that, I just set that with some Ben Nye setting powder and super white. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the eyes. I'm going to do the foundation last, but I want to make a rough shape around my eyebrows just with the foundation, so I know exactly where I'm going to go. So I'm going to take a Krolin TV paint stick in 1W, their lighter shade without actually being white, and I'm just going to go like over my eyebrows, not actually with the stick itself. I'm going to use a small brush and apply it, patting it over my eyebrows. And I'm also just going to do my forehead area here. Not, as I said, I'm not going to do my entire foundation, I just want to map out the area roughly first so I can cover my eyebrows so I don't get distracted with the shape. Okay, so same as before, I'm just going to set that with some Ben Nye setting powder and super white. The reason I'm using super white is just because this foundation is going to be incredibly pale. Not quite white, but I do want it as pale as it can get, so this will just amplify that. So I'm going to apply that over my eyes, my area here, and I'm also going to press it really hardly on my eyebrows. So then I can start working on the eyeshadow shape. So the shape itself goes over the eyebrow and then up across the temples. So the colour I'm going to use for that is going to be from a naked palette, the second naked palette by Urban Decay. I'm going to use their busted colour, which is the dark brown. So I'm just going to lightly dust that over, as I said, my eyebrow, out to my temples, and I'm also going to go down to the socket line of my eye. So just make sure it's super blended out up here. It doesn't matter too much about the blending underneath or the exact shape, because I can neaten that with a foundation and bring this up higher, but it's just the basic shape we need for now. So now I've done that, I'm actually going to work on the eyes themselves. So rather than using eyeshadow itself for my eyelids, I'm going to use an ink pot, like a black eyeliner gel. I'm going to use a Meybelline Eyestudio Lasting Drama in the #1, they're black. I'm going to use that just for now, just to colour my entire eyelid, stopping at the crease. I'm also going to wing it out ever so slightly, so I'm going to have it maybe stopping about there, so it's a slight point, nothing crazy, just a slight point that joins up with this line here. So there we are, so that's the shape I've gone for. I've also left the inner sides, the inner tear duct area clear of any colour, just so it fades off into a point, because I'm going to put another colour in there just so it makes that area stand out a bit more. So then I'm going to take the same brown eyeshadow from my Urban Decay palette and just go really lightly underneath my eyes. Then I'm going to take a black eyeshadow by Sugarpill, this is their Bulletproof, and I'm going to use that just to smoke out the black on the outside, not so much the underside, because this has got to be fairly sharp with the cheekbone. So I'm just going to go maybe a centimetre, maybe even half a centimetre, just on the outside edge of this black, just so it really tapers off into the brown. Then I'm just going to extend that black gel underneath my eye as well, and on my waterline. And then once again I can take the Bulletproof by Sugarpill and just blend that out ever so slightly, not much at all even. Then I'm just going to take a Super Cover white cream eyeshadow. Doesn't really matter which brand you use, a cream eyeshadow is a cream eyeshadow really. And I'm just going to line that right in this area here, right where I've left the area clear of my tear duct, just so I can colour that in so there's a noticeable gap. There are variations of this look I've seen where people have coloured their eyelids as well and had the black fading out, but I prefer the eyes looking as sunken in as possible, and yeah, especially when I put the contacts in, they'll look as, I don't know, creepy, and they'll stand out more. Up to you guys. So yeah, so I'm just going to paint that in. Before I do anything else, I'm going to do my foundation. So I'm going to take my Kryolan 2 paint stick, the same 1W that I used on my eyes here, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face and neck. The reason I tend to do my foundation last is because I don't like fallout and having to clear it all up, but I just think it's easier and neatening things up after you've done the eyeshadow. And you're probably all going to laugh at me at this point, but if you watch my eye mats haul video, I bought a baby kabuki brush eye mats just for the fact that it looks freaking adorable. And I thought, I'll never use it, it just looks pretty. I just found the best use for it. So, big kabuki brush for blending it outside, little mini kabuki brush for blending near the eyeshadow. See, baby kabuki brush has a use. So then I can take another Kryolan 2 paint stick, this time in 9W, so quite dark, but the shading on this particular look is really, really, really dark and really noticeable. So yeah, so it shouldn't be too much blending. So I'm going to apply this fairly bluntly across my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose and around my temple here, which is mainly where this colour is here. I won't blend it until you've seen where I've gone, just so you know exactly where to go. So there we are, so then I can just blend the cheekbone area up, the nose area out, and the temple area inwards, just so it makes the other sides look a lot more shallow, so it's like these areas are protruding more. I'm going to take my setting powder by Ben Nye and just set everything, and then brush off all the excess except for underneath my eyes, because then I can just make this area here a lot darker. Now I'm going to use that to go over the contour that I've already done, just make it extra dark, and it goes along the line here, following up with the sides of the mouth. And I'm also going to lightly go over the contour around here as well. Then I can just brush off that excess powder on the cheeks. So there we go. So obviously incredibly exaggerated contouring. I've done it a lot lower than I would usually do it, but from the images that I'm going off of, it makes his face look a lot longer. So I've dropped them down a lot and brought them in quite a bit more to look like he's pouting. But yeah, that's the images that I'm going off of, so yeah. So now I've done that, I'm going to work on the lips. So I'm going to start by tracing on the shape. So I'm going to use a black stargazer lip pencil, and I'm just going to draw on this shape. Now it's a very big exaggerated lip, so just keep that in mind. Fill that in with my trusty Barry M black lipstick in number 37. So there we are, so massive lips. So then, I think this might be the biggest lips I've ever done actually. Then I'm going to apply an Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics lip tart in Tard, and I'm going to apply a tiny bit of that in the middle of my lip and then just blend it out all around the edge, and that will make them incredibly glossy and amazing. I love these lip glosses. So then I can apply some false lashes. So I'm going to use some Eldora lashes as always, and these are their H117 lashes, so quite big lashes, and I'm just going to apply them to my top set of lashes. I'm not going to bother with applying lashes on the bottom because his eyes are all about the flutter apparently. Then I'm just going to apply some mascara to my natural lashes just to bond them into the false lashes. I'm just going to use a Meybelline Colossal Volume Express mascara. I haven't actually got a costume for this particular look, so I'm going to body paint the costume that he has on in the images that I'm looking at, which is this striped chest piece thingy. I don't know. So I'm gonna, obviously you guys would probably use an actual costume unless you want to go out body painted, up to you. But yeah, so I'm going to use some black Snazzy watercolour, and I'm just going to time lapse this. I'm just going to paint this on as symmetrical as I can, which is going to be a challenge, I think. I just had a brilliant idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I'm going to use some masking tape, I think, to stencil out some straight lines. I know it's cheating, but I'm not so good at freehand on myself, so I'm sure you guys can do better. This is just, I'm not great at body painting on myself, so yeah, I hope this is okay. So yeah, all that's left me to do is pop in my contacts and my wig, and I'm done. And there we go, so that's my look complete. So I finished the look off by popping in 2 white contact lenses without an edge around them. They're from camoeyes.com. I'll pop the link in the description bar below. I popped on my wig, which is the same wig that I used for my Prince Noirda tutorial. I just backcombed it like crazy, and I popped on a little police woman's hat, I think this is actually. If it helps, I backcombed this wig and I sprayed it with some Tresemme Freeze Hold hairspray. That hairspray is the strongest one I've found, apart from Gaff Quack, but this stuff is just, it keeps everything in place. It stops birds in motion. I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, so that's my Sharon Needles makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please make sure to, you know, the usual, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, because it super, super, super helps me out. And yeah, so until next time, bye.